Yesterday, Paul Milson of Austell TV and Kun Khmer TV in Australia asked me to do this interview, and they're very interested, obviously, in anything to do with fighting and martial arts in Cambodia. And the other person that's very involved in all of this is Tim Peck, who owns Transparent Pictures. And Tim Peck and I did the only BOKATOR movie together. When you're doing BOKATOR, you want to start out hitting a bag, you want to wrap your hands, you want to be wearing gloves when you start out. Little by little, you do away with the gloves, do away with the hand wraps, so you're hitting it with your bare hands. And with your elbows. And then you want to move up to a harder and harder bag, and eventually start hitting other surfaces like wood and things like that. Now if you look at my elbows, so I've been conditioning my elbows, so first few weeks they were cut, they're bleeding, and now starting to get permanent scabs, and they're really hard. I can hit stuff with them and they don't break open. Same thing with my knuckles, about twice the size of normal knuckles, and that's just from hitting the bag. The history of BOKATOR. BOKATOR, as far as we know, is at least about 1,000 years old. The oldest recorded record of BOKATOR is at Angkor Wat. There's some carvings on the wall. Dates back to King Jayavarman VII, who's the patron saint of BOKATOR. And one of the oldest recorded martial arts in Southeast Asia. Sadly, Cambodia has not produced a lot of written text, a lot of literature, a lot of written history, so we don't know. We just know these carvings, which puts it about 1,000 years old. As far as I know, the oldest record of Muay Thai in Thailand is 500 or 600 years ago, so very possibly BOKATOR is older than Muay Thai. BOKATOR, inside BOKATOR, if you think of BOKATOR as sort of a collective art, then inside it you've got kickboxing, which is Brat Al Saray in Cambodia. You've got weapons, Dabong Clay, Dabong Wang. You've got long sword and short sword, and then you've got the Krama. The Khmer scarf can also be used as a weapon. And there's a few other weapons in BOKATOR that came from farm implements and things like that. And then there's Jabak Khmer Boran, which is the ancient form of Khmer wrestling. That's also part of BOKATOR, so it includes everything together. And at the BOKATOR school in Phnom Penh, Grandmaster San Kim Sing has guys learning all of that. And when they fight in the competitions, they're also allowed to go to the ground and fight on the ground as well, which is one of the reasons. A lot of people ask me, I said in many articles I've written about other martial arts, I said that BOKATOR was the most complete system I had studied up to that point, and that's the main reason, is that in Southeast Asia, in the Indochina region, if we take Vietnam, Laos, Thailand, and Burma, they've all got a kickboxing art. Well, Vietnam doesn't anymore, but the other countries all have a kickboxing art with knees and elbows. In Burma, they still use headbutts, which you also learn in Khmer BOKATOR, but which you're not allowed to use in competition. But they can't fight on the ground. And in Khmer BOKATOR they can. That's the advantage of Khmer BOKATOR, is that they can fight on the ground and the other ones can't. Actually, the headbutt, we always kind of want to grab our opponent and want to put our head on his face. Now, never go head to head. Go head to face. Or we can come up. We can come up. This is really good for boxing because look, bam, 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 duck, up, and smack him in the head. Or I can be really brazen, I can be ba ba ba, duck, grab, pull up. That's one of the best headbutts. And of course, same thing with the elbows. We can grab first. And one of the best ways to grab is to miss on a punch. Throw a punch, but it misses. Goes past his head, grab his head, pull it in. So on the other side, throw a punch, miss, bam. Come in with the elbow. An elbow can come grazing the target like this, we'll cut it, or you can come straight in and smash it and break it. A lot of things. And then Khmer BOKATOR has something a lot of the other arts don't have. They'll sort of hit with this flat part of the elbow here, and the idea is just to knock the man off balance. If you hit a man right in the center, if you're in a normal fighting stance, if someone hits you right here, it'll knock you off balance, and that's a BOKATOR technique. It's just like a straight in. with all your body weight, and you'll see them at BOKATOR school, they practice. And this is not the same as the uppercut. This is just to knock the man off balance. Hit him right here. I'm Antonio Gracefo, and we're talking about BOKATOR today. And when we do BOKATOR, we always got to get a warm-up in, and one of the best ways to do that is shadow boxing. In BOKATOR, basic strikes for BOKATOR fighting are jab, straight right, left uppercut, left hook, right hook, same as boxing. We add step, we got elbows, come around, hooks, uppercuts, down, hold the head, and stab him in the face with your elbow is another one. You wait till the kick comes and come down right into the thigh of your opponent. You can use your elbows for blocking. When he kicks, you can block with your elbow. Never block a kick with your hands because your hands will get broken. You can, of course, block punches with your elbows. When we move down the body, we got knees. Knees can come in straight in like this. When we come in, we want to get up on our toes, up on our base foot, on the toes. In BOKATOR, usually we want to try and grab the man's head so he can be like, bam, bam, bam. We can punch, shoot the hand back, grab it, and of course in BOKATOR, you're not wearing gloves. Your hands are wrapped, but you're not wearing gloves. Okay, we can come across with the elbows, we do combination, we can do a round elbow. Look at that, on that one, my feet don't move at all. I just turn and strike, my feet don't move. Or I can move, bam, bam. So in BOKATOR, we do that one again. Okay, BOKATOR's got, I don't know, 19, 26 elbows, something like that. We've got a lot of knees, and a signature BOKATOR knee that doesn't exist in any other martial art I've studied is when the knee comes down like this. The kick comes up, bring it down like this. Basic kick is the same as in other kickboxing arts, which is a round kick hitting with your shin. You hit with your shins, you block with your shin. That's the basic kick. The other kick is the push kick. Just pushing the ball of your foot. And in BOKATOR, we can stab the opponent with the ball of our foot in the thigh, working down the thigh, above the knee, under the knee, in the front of the ankle, the back of the ankle. Just put all your power into it. That's basic BOKATOR. BOKATOR's also got takedowns, ground fighting. It's got everything. That's why I call it a complete martial art. And it's got weapons, although I don't study weapons.